Good morning, students. So we'll start with the first section of the PGBP, profits and gains of profession. The first section of the PGBP is section 28. As you know, in every chapter there is one section, charging section. Every chapter, salaries, house property, business, capital gains, other sources. Every head of income starts with one charging section. Every head of income starts with one charging section. So similarly, profits and gains of business or profession starts with a charging section called as section 28. Okay, so section 20 discusses which are all the incomes chargeable under the head profits and gains of business or profession. Section 28 discusses the list out the incomes which are classified under the business income, which are taxable under the head business income. Section 28 list out the incomes which are taxable under the head business income. Okay, right. So section 28 will start with the first class, profits and gains of any business or profession. Profits and gains of any business or profession which was carried on by the assessee at any time during the previous year. Okay, so this definition, first we have to define what is meant by profits or gains. So there are certain attributes which profits and gains are taxable. Which profits are taxable? A profits tax chestaru. Profits and gains almost equivalent. Don't confuse profits and gains almost equivalent. There is a small difference, but the difference is not relevant for our academic purpose. For the time being equal, treat both as equal. Profits and gains. What are the characteristics of a profits which are taxable? What are the characteristics of a profits which are taxable? Okay, so the study material has given these are the characteristics of profits which are taxable. Business, profession or vocation should be carried out at least for some time during the accounting year, but not necessarily throughout the year. It is not necessary that we have done the business throughout the year. It is sufficient if you do the business only for a part of the year. Okay, a business done even only for a part of the year is also taxable. A business done through agent, not directly, not personally, through agent. A business done through agent. That means a part-time business is also taxable, and indirect business doing through agent is also taxable. Part-time business kuda tax chestaru, alage indirect business through agent dwara business chestha adu kuda tax chestaru. Okay, so part-time business is taxable, agency, part-time business is also taxable. That means business is carried on only for a particular portion of the year. Say for example, for 3 months or 6 months. So a business is carried on only for 3 months in a year, but still it is taxable. A seasonal business is also taxable. Okay, seasonal business is also taxable. Not necessarily throughout the year, for some time during the year. Not necessarily for some time during the accounting year. That means even seasonal business is profit taxable. Even seasonal business are covered here. Seasonal business like crackers, etc. Okay, or mangoes, seasonal business. Even seasonal business. Okay, mango business, crackers business, they are relevant to a particular business, particular period of the year, not throughout the year, but still they are taxable. Okay, next point, business done not necessarily by the assessee owner personally. A business done through agent is also taxable. Not by assessee owner personally. A business done through agent is also taxable. Okay, so even seasonal business is also taxable, and even business done through agent is also taxable. But that should be under our control. Direction or our control. Okay, right. Profits realized in money or money's worth, both are taxable. Even if you receive some kind, also is taxable. That means even barter transactions also comes under business. Barter transactions, I have given goods to you and you have given goods to me. Then if there is a difference in the value between those goods, then obviously it is taxable. Okay, anything received is taxable, whether in the form of money or in the form of kind. Any receipt is taxable. Anything received is taxable, whether in the form of cash or in the form of kind. But if it is in kind, equivalent value on the date of transaction, market value on the date of transaction is taxable. Okay, right. This is a normal point. Capital receipts are not generally charged. Generally. That means there are some exceptional cases when even capital receipts are also chargeable. That we'll discuss going through the chapter. We'll discuss generally. That means in general, capital receipts are not taxable. In general, capital receipts are not taxable, but there are some cases where a receipt is purely capital receipt, but still it is treated as a business income. It is taxed under the business head only, not under the capital gain. In general, capital receipts are taxed under capital gains head. Okay, revenue receipts are taxed under business head. Okay, in general, capital receipts are taxed under capital gains head. Revenue receipts are taxed under business income head. But there are certain exceptions where capital receipts are also taxable under the head business income. That we'll discuss later throughout the chapter. Okay, generally capital receipts are not taxable, but there are some exceptions where capital receipts are also taxable under this head. Okay, right. Next, payments voluntarily made by person who are under no obligation to pay would be income in the hands of the recipient if they were received in the course of a business or by the exercise of a profession or vocation. Voluntary amount. Have a look at this. Okay, voluntary amount. Say for example, A rendered services to B. Okay, A rendered some services to B. B paid money. Okay, that is taxable. Anyway, that is taxable. But because of these services, C also get benefited indirectly. Benefit also accrues to C. Benefit also accrues to C. Because of that work, even benefit accrues to C also. Then C may pay out of affection, out of gratuitous payment. So C may make gratuitous payment. Gratuitous payment means voluntary payment without any obligation. Gratuitous payment means voluntary payment without any obligation. Without any obligation, we pays that amount because it is the benefit. So because of services rendered by A to B, if C is benefited indirectly, then C also will get then C also may pay the amount. Say for example, B is our client called as government. Assume B is our client called as government. Okay, so we have rendered services to the government. That means I am a lawyer. I argued the case on behalf of government. Okay, the government paid money to me. But that case is related to environmental pollution. Okay, there is some factory running in a particular place. Government wants to close that factory. Say for example, ABC Limited versus Government of AP. ABC Limited versus Government of AP or Government of India. ABC Limited versus Government of India. So government, this is a case. Okay, this is a factory owner. ABC Limited is a factory owner. ABC Limited is a factory owner. Government of India, on the other hand, Government of India. So both went to the court. Government is arguing that the factory generates lot of pollution. Government argues in the court that factory generates lot of pollution, and ABC argues that no pollution. Our factory does not generate any pollution. This is a case. Okay, government argues that the factory generates pollution, whereas ABC argues that the factory does not generate any pollution. There is a clash. Now I am A. In the court, I am arguing on behalf of government. A is a lawyer. Okay, on behalf of government, A is a lawyer. So A is arguing in the court. On behalf of government. A is arguing in the court. And government won the case. And court asked the factory to shut down. Government won the case because of my better arguments, because of my excellent arguments. Court accepted my contention, and court accepted that it generates pollution. Therefore it banned the factory. Done. Government won the case. Therefore, government paid the money. Done. But this person is a local business trader. Okay, he was doing business surrounding the factory. Because of pollution, his business is affected. Say for example, he was running some college. Assume he was running some college or school. Okay, because of the nearby factory, pollution generated by nearby factory, his admissions are very less. C is running a school or college. Because of nearby factory pollution, his admissions are very less. Nobody is willing to join his school. Where all people are very reluctant to join his school. Even though C is giving good coaching, good teaching, but still admissions are very less. Very less. Because people are reluctant, scared of the nearby factory pollution, scared of the nearby factories, air pollution, noise pollution, etc. Okay, but now because the factory is closed, my business, my school is running flourished, my school is flourished like anything, my school is getting good income. That means because of A or being on behalf of the government, I also benefited, my business is also benefited, therefore I paid money to A, therefore I paid money to A voluntarily. I have not asked A to file a case. Okay, A is arguing on behalf of the government. But because of A's argument, my business is also benefited. Therefore, I voluntarily, out of my happiness and excitement, I went voluntarily to A and paid the amount to A. That is a voluntary receipt. That is a voluntary receipt. But whether it is taxable, yes, it is taxable. It is taxable. It is indirectly related to my business. It is a consequence of my service. It is a consequence of my service. It is not that something came from sky or something given by God directly. No, it is as a consequence of my service. ఓకే, అది నా సర్వీస్ వల్ల వచ్చింది అమౌంట్, అదేమో ఊరికే రాలేదు, అమౌంట్ ఊరికే ఏం రాలేదు, నా సర్వీస్ వల్ల వచ్చింది అది. ఓకే, కాబట్టి అతనికి నేను డైరెక్ట్ గా సర్వీస్ చేయకపోయినా నా సర్వీస్ వల్ల వచ్చిన ఇన్కమే కాబట్టి అది నాకు ట్యాక్సబుల్ అవుతుంది. ఓకే, ఈవెన్ దో ఐ హావ్ నాట్ డైరెక్ట్లీ రెండర్డ్ సర్వీసెస్ టు సి, బట్ ద అమౌంట్ పేడ్ బై సి ఈస్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ మై సర్వీసెస్. ఓకే, బట్ ద అమౌంట్ పేడ్ బై సి ఈస్ బికాస్ ఆఫ్ మై సర్వీసెస్, దేర్ ఫోర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ట్యాక్సబుల్. అదే ఇట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ వాలంటరీ రిసిప్ట్స్. గుర్తుపెట్టుకోండి, సికి నేను డైరెక్ట్ గా ఏం సర్వీస్ చేయలేదు, గవర్నమెంట్ తరఫున కేసు ఆర్గ్యూ చేసినందుకు సికి బెనిఫిట్ వచ్చింది కాబట్టి సి వచ్చి నాకు వాలంటరీగా మనీ పే చేశాడు. వెదర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ట్యాక్సబుల్, ఎస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ట్యాక్సబుల్. ఓకే, I worked for government, but because of my work, C also being benefited. I worked for government, but because of my work, C also being benefited. Therefore, C paid money to me. It is a voluntary payment. Sir, whether it is taxable, sir, yes, it is taxable. No obligation. Whether C is my client, no. Whether C has any obligation to pay the amount, no. నేను సి తరఫున ఆర్గ్యూ చేశానా, లేదు. సి నాకేమన్నా డ్యూ ఉన్నాడా, లేదు. అయినా సరే పే చేశాను అవుట్ ఆఫ్ సాటిస్ఫాక్షన్. సి హ్యాస్ నాట్ కాంట్రాక్టెడ్ విత్ మీ. దెర్ ఇస్ నో ఆబ్లిగేషన్ ఫర్ సి టు పే మనీ. There is no obligation for C to pay money to me, but still C has paid. Though there is no obligation, but still C has paid. That's why it is a voluntary payment. For C, it is a voluntary payment. For me, it is a voluntary receipt. Don't confuse here by looking at the word payment. Don't confuse here by looking at the word payment. Don't confuse here by looking at the word payment. The payment, the word payment is from the point of view of C, not from my point. From my point, it is receipt. Okay, payments from the point of view of C. Okay, it is a voluntary payment. Voluntary payment. Even though C does not have any obligation, but still C has paid the amount. Even though C does not have any obligation, but still C has paid the amount. But it is taxable for me. It is taxable for me. Next, application of the gains of trade is immaterial. Okay, application of the gains of trade is immaterial. So if I get a profit, I have to pay the tax. What I am doing with that profit is irrelevant to the department. Department is least bothered about what I am doing with my income, with my profit. If I get the profit, I have to pay the tax. Even though I am donating entire profits to charity, for the public body, community, benefit of the community. I am working for the benefit of the community. Not for personal benefit, social benefit, society benefit. But still it is taxable. Therefore, if I get the profits, I have to pay the tax on that, irrespective of what I am doing with that profits. Okay, if I get the profits, I have to pay tax on that. It is immaterial. It is irrelevant to the department what I am doing with that profit, with my profit. Okay, నాకు ప్రాఫిట్స్ వస్తే నేను ట్యాక్స్ కట్టాలి. ఆ ప్రాఫిట్స్ తో నేను ఏం చేస్తున్నాను అన్నది ఇన్కమ్ ట్యాక్స్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కి అనవసరం. నాకు ప్రాఫిట్స్ వస్తే నేను ట్యాక్స్ కట్టాలి. ఆ ప్రాఫిట్స్ తో నేను ఏం చేస్తున్నాను అనేది ఇన్కమ్ ట్యాక్స్ డిపార్ట్మెంట్ కి అనవసరం. If I get the profits, I have to pay the tax. It is a department, income tax department, least bothered about what I am doing with my profits. Okay, income tax department is least bothered about what I am doing with my profits. Okay, right. Next, illegal profits are also taxable. Here there is a points here. Application of gains is limited. Illegal profits are also taxable, and voluntary payments is also taxable. There is a link between these three. I'll explain what is the relationship. Illegal profits are also taxable. Okay, right. Look at this concept. A, B. Okay, so I am a business recipient and payer. Okay, recipient and payer. Scenario 1. Okay, look at this. So rendered some services, sold goods and paid the payment. Scenario 1. I'll take the scenario 1. Scenario 1, recipient is there. So recipient I am recipient and payer. Okay, payer. Okay, I sold goods. So I have done legal business. I have done legal activities. Legal activities I have done. So he paid money. He paid money. He paid money. Whether it is taxable? Yes, sir. It is purely taxable. Taxable. Okay, so I rendered some legal activities, he paid money, taxable. Okay, next scenario 2. Scenario 2. Scenario 2. Okay, scenario 2. So recipient has done. Okay, recipient has done a payer. Recipient has done and payer. I have done illegal activities. I have done illegal activities. Okay, I have done illegal activities. I have done illegal activities and I got money. Is it taxable? Yes, it is taxable. It is taxable. Okay, it is taxable. It is taxable. Next scenario 3. It is scenario 3. Okay, scenario 3. Scenario 3. Recipient. So he is the recipient. Recipient and payer. Recipient and payer. I have not done any work to him. I have not rendered any services. Only money payment is there. Only money payment. No direct service to him. No direct service to that person. That is called as a voluntary payment. So voluntary payment by this person. This person voluntary payment. Voluntary payment by this person. Voluntary payment by this person. So this person has paid voluntarily. Whether that voluntary payment is taxable to me? Yes, it is taxable. Whether that voluntary payment is taxable to me, it is that point. Okay, so రిసీవ్ చేసుకుంటే ట్యాక్స్ కట్టాలి. రిసీవ్ చేసుకుంటే ట్యాక్స్ కట్టాలి. ఓకే, మనం ఏదైనా సర్వీస్ వాళ్ళకి ఇచ్చామా లేదా ఇర్రిలవెంట్. ఇస్తే లీగల్ సర్వీసా ఇల్లీగల్ సర్వీసా ఇర్రిలవెంట్. If I receive money, I have to pay the tax. It is immaterial whether I have rendered any service or not. It is immaterial whether I have rendered illegal service, whether I have rendered no service at all. But still it is taxable. Okay, it is immaterial what is received. Okay, what is received. Because 3 angles ఉన్నాయమ్మా. 3 angles ఉన్నాయమ్మా. What is done, what is received, and what we have done with what we have received. 3 pillars ఉన్నాయి ఇక్కడ. There are 3 pillars here. There are 3 pillars here. Okay, so what are these 3 pillars says? So here, whatever we have discussed, no service taxable. No service amount is received, still taxable. Okay, no service taxable. Okay, no service taxable. Legal service taxable. Okay, illegal service taxable. Okay, no service taxable, legal service taxable, illegal service is taxable. ఓకే, నేను అతనికి ఏం వర్క్ చేయలేదు, సికి ఏం వర్క్ చేయలేదు, అయినా సరే సి నాకు మనీ ఇచ్చాడు, ట్యాక్స్ కట్టాలా? కట్టాలి. ఓకే, ఇంతకుముందు పైన వాలంటరీ పేమెంట్స్ చూసాం. సో ఐ హావ్ నాట్ డన్ ఎనీ వర్క్ టు సి, సో బట్ స్టిల్ ఐ గాట్ సమ్ రిసిప్ట్. వెదర్ ఐ నీడ్ టు పే ద ట్యాక్స్? ఎస్. I have done some legal work. I have received some amount. Whether I need to pay the tax? Yes. I have done some illegal work. Whether I need to pay the tax? Yes. No service also tax payable. Illegal service is also tax payable, and legal service is also tax payable. Okay, that is the important point we need to catch here. Okay, right. Question number 1. I have not done any service. Whether I need to pay the tax? The answer is yes. Okay. Question number 1. Question number 1. I have not done any work. I have not done any work. I have not done any work. Still I received payment. I have not done any work. Still I received payment. Still I received amount. Whether I need to pay? Still I received amount. Whether I need to pay tax? Whether I need to pay tax? Whether I need to pay tax? Yes. Yes. Okay. Question number 2. Question number 2. I have done some illegal work. I have done some legal work. I have done some legal work. I have done some legal work. I received amount. I received amount. I received amount. Whether I need to pay tax? Whether I need to pay tax? Yes. Whether I need to pay tax? Yes. Okay. Question number 3. Question number 3. I have done some illegal work. I have done some illegal work. I have done some illegal work. I have received. I received amount. I received amount. Whether I need to pay tax? Whether I need to pay tax? Whether I need to pay tax? Yes. Okay. So does any work, done some legal work, done some illegal work. అసలు వర్కే చేయకపోయినా వచ్చిన అమౌంట్ ట్యాక్స్ కట్టాలి, లీగల్ వర్క్ చేసిన వచ్చిన అమౌంట్ తో కూడా ట్యాక్స్ కట్టాలి, ఇల్లీగల్ వర్క్ తో చేసిన అమౌంట్ కూడా ట్యాక్స్ కట్టాలి. Okay, these are the points. Whether I need to pay the tax, the answer is yes. Whether I need to pay the tax, the answer is yes. Okay, right, this is what the point. You better reframe this. You put it as a question number 1, legal work, question number 2, illegal work. You put it as a question number 3, so that it will be more comfortable for us. It will be more comfortable for us. I have not done any work at all. Okay, I have not done any work at all. I have not done any work at all. Still I received amount. Whether I need to pay the tax? Yes. Okay, I have done work and received the amount. I have done legal work and received the amount, but I applied it for charity. Whether I need to pay the tax? Okay, I have done some legal work. I have done some legal work. I have done some legal work. I received amount. But I applied it to charity. But I applied it to charity. Whether I need to pay tax? Whether I need to pay tax? Answer is yes. Yes. I have done some legal work. I have received amount, but I applied it to charity. Whether I need to pay tax? The answer is yes. Question number 5. I have done some work. I have done some legal work. Okay, I received goods. I received kind. Okay, whether I need to pay charity? Whether I need to pay charity? Whether I need to pay tax? Whether I need to pay tax? Answer is yes. Okay, so these are the points we have to understand. So if you look at this point, there are 3 pillars we have to observe. There are 3 pillars here to observe. First pillar is work done. So what work we have done is relevant. What work we have done is relevant, whether it is legal or work. Yes, work done, not done. Whether it is taxable, sir? Yes, sir, it is taxable, sir. Work done, legal, illegal. So work done, legal, illegal. Taxable, legal work also taxable, illegal work also taxable, work not done also taxable. Okay, next, what I have received, what I have done. First stage is I am doing work. Second stage is I am receiving. So what is received? Okay, what is received? Receipt. Okay, cash, kind, both are taxable. Okay, cash, kind, both are taxable. I have received cash. I have received kind. Whether received cash is taxable? Yes, it is taxable. I have received kind. Whether it is taxable? The answer is yes. This is first stage. Doing work is first stage. Okay, after doing work, receiving is second stage. After doing work, receiving is second stage. And the third stage is application of the amount. Okay, application of receipt. Utilization or application. Okay, utilization or application. Applied for personal benefit, enjoyed it personally, applied for charity. Enjoyed personally, applied for charity. So whether it is taxable, sir? Yes, it is taxable. Applied for charity, it is also taxable. So these are the 3 pillars. What work we have done, whether we have done the work at all or not, it is taxable. Okay, after doing the work, we will receive the amount. Whether you receive the cash or kind, it is taxable. Cash receipt is also taxable, kind receipt is also taxable. After receiving the amount, I utilize it. Whether I utilize it personally, enjoyed personally, also taxable. No, sir, applied for charitable purpose, that is also taxable. So these are the 3 these are the 3 pillars. What work I have done, what I have received, what I have done with what I have received. ఓకే, నేను ఏం వర్క్ చేశాను, చేసిన వర్క్ ఏం తీసుకున్న దాంతో ఏం చేశాను అన్నది ఇంపార్టెంట్ కాదు. ఆల్వేస్ taxable. The taxation is a wider concept. Okay, so these are the pillars. Okay, profit realized in money. Okay, payments voluntarily, gains of trade is immaterial, illegal profits is also taxable. Okay, I hope you understand this. If you want, you can take a screenshot or photo of this. Questions. Okay, if you want, you can take a screenshot or photo of these questions. Okay, if you want, you can take a screenshot or photo of these questions. Question number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that point. What is taxable and what is almost all everything is taxable. Okay, almost everything is taxable. If you want, take a photo or screenshot. Then next, the profits of each distinct business must be computed separately, but the tax is chargeable on the aggregate profits of all business. there is some contradictory. This point, there is some contradictory when we deal with the block of assets concept. So in the section 32 depreciation, there is depreciation where we'll come across some topic called as block of assets. Section 2 subsection 11 deals with the block of assets. Section 2 subsection 11 deals with the concept called as block of assets. So there we are combining the business. That is some exception. I cannot say purely as an exception. There is some contradictory between this point and that point. Both are given in the study material only. But there is some conflict between this point and that point. There is some contradictory between this point and that point. Okay, we'll discuss it later. For the time being, focus on this concept. The profit of each distinct business must be computed separately. Okay, computation of profit is separately for each business, whereas computation of tax payable is aggregate for all business. Okay, so very important concept. Computation of business, computation of income is separate for each business. It has to be done separately for each business. Computation of income has to be done separately. Computation of income has to be done separately for each business. Whereas computation of tax income earned, okay, computation of income earned has to be done separately for each business. Whereas computation of tax payable, has to be done aggregately for all business. Aggregate for all business. Okay, this is the important point. So when you are computing the tax amount, aggregate all those things. When you are computing the taxable income, treat it separately. Okay, when you are computing the tax payable, do the computation of tax payable combinedly. Okay, whereas when you are computing the income, do it separately. Okay, very important. Income separate, tax aggregate. Okay, right. Computation of income earned has to be done separately for each business. Computation of tax payable has to be done aggregate for all business. Okay, done. Next, last point. Okay, the charge is on the profits, not on gross receipts. This is the biggest advantage of this business head income. That means entire receipts are not taxable. Out of that, you can claim the expenses and losses. Entire receipts are not taxable. Out of that, you can claim the exception losses. Sections 30 to 36. Sections 32 to 36 contains general deductions. 37 special deduction. Okay, so out of entire receipt is not taxable. From receipt, we can deduct from section 30 to 36 deductions. Okay, minus section 37 general deductions. So this being a very vast, okay, this is very vast section. Therefore, this is the advantage. You can claim lot of deductions or expenses. Thereby, you can reduce your taxable income. This is the greatest advantage of business head when compared to the capital gains head. In the next lecture, we'll discuss whether a particular transaction has to be taxed under the business head or under the capital gains head. So far as a particular transaction is taxed under business head, it is very safe because we can claim lot of exemptions. We can claim lot of deductions and exceptions. Okay, no doubt. Sometimes capital gains is also advantage because of lower tax rate, etc. But the drawback with the capital gains is that less amount of deductions, less number of deductions. Whereas in case of business income, more number of deductions. This is the greatest advantage of business income. We can claim lot of deductions. So what is charged is a profit, not receipt. Profit is net concept. Receipt is gross concept. Profit is net concept. Receipt is gross concept. Okay, the difference is expenses and losses. The difference between that is due to expenses and losses. Therefore, you can claim lot of expenses and losses, and thereby you can minimize your taxable income. So this is the general points in the profits and gains. So what is meant by profits? Which profits are taxable? Which profits are taxable? This is general discussion. In the next lecture, we'll discuss about what is meant by business or profession. In the next lecture, we'll discuss what is meant by business. There are many case laws are there that we'll discuss in the next lecture. Okay.